Hey, it's your friend Choice CJ here, and I'm bringing you guys my Week 2 battle for UBC. We're going up against Hallu, coach of the Hallu G.O.G.O.A.T.S. Classic, putting your name into your team name, so that's pretty fun. I'm going to quickly go through the team, and then we're going to hop right on into the battle. I did do a live recording on this, so it's going to be awkward. There's going to be like a double intro, but you guys can forgive me for that. His team is Tapu Koko, Mega Lopunny, Jirachi, Hydreigon, Dhelmise, Cresselia, Empoleon, Diggersby, and Talonflame. So he only has 9 Mons, but he's got a lot of threats, and his Volt Turn is extremely annoying for me to deal with. Because the stuff that Slowbro kind of wants to switch in on, things like Talonflame, Jirachi, Lopunny, Diggersby, all have opportunities to pivot into Tapu Koko. And even if I run Raconberry on Slowbro, I can't really threaten Tapu Koko in any way. So that's the main thing that I'm worried about. I'm also worried about things like setup crests and stuff like that. I guess versus my team, he's going to have a little bit of a hard time. Just because I've got a couple of Mons that can, I prevent him from running Mono Psychic. And, like, depending upon what coverage moves he wants to bring, he might not be able to hit everything on my team. Like, for example, if you bring Psychic plus Ice Beam, he gets walled by my Steel types. If you bring Psychic plus Moonblast, he gets walled by my Steel types. And if he wants to bring, just other things like that, it's going to be harder for him. So that's kind of my mindset here, but mainly it's like Tapu Koko that I'm worried about. My team feels very weak to Koko. But anyway, I've got a Banded Crawdaunt here, and this thing is just here for the crests, most importantly, because Knockoff does like 85% to a Max Phys Def crest, and we do have enough speed on here to potentially outspeed Crest. Depends on whether he speeds creep or not, or speed creeps or not. He hits 206 without any investment. Knockoff Crabhammer, Aqua Jet, Superpower for Hydreigon and things like that. And that's pretty nice. I have a little bit of Spadef on here. That's just enough to live a +1 Moonblast from an uninvested Cresselia from full HP. Next, we've got also a banded Pokemon, Banded Bulu, with Woodhammer, Hornleech, Rock Slide, and Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam just there for Hydreigon. Rock Slide there for, Talonflame. And then, obviously, the Grass Stabs are pretty important. Maybe I should have went with Superpower in this last slot, just because it does a little bit more damage to Jirachi if I'm locked into it. But that's okay. Put enough speed on here for Adamant Diggersby. And then we went with a max HP and then the rest into attack. Next, we have a pretty classic Slowbro Slack Off, Scald, Psychic, and Toxic. So that's nice. This is here again for Lopunny, Jirachi, Diggersby, Talonflame, all his physical attackers that are just going to pivot out on me. But I don't really know how to prevent that with Slowbro. I guess I could put eject button on this. And that's actually what I did on my Fortress. I can switch to my Fortress. So I put an eject button onto Fortress so that if he U-turns, I can then pivot into something, because my eject button procs. And the nice thing is that eject button prevents your opponent from switching if they go for U-turn or Volt Switch. So that's really cool. I really like that. Earthquake to hit things like Tapu Koko and Empoleon. Revenge is actually really nice for Diggersby and for Lopunny. If they hit me, I should do a ton of damage to them. Same thing with Hydreigon. And then Volt Switch is just there for momentum. The only thing that prevents Volt Switch on his team is Diggersby, and Fortress kind of deals with Diggersby. Like, if he brings Fire Punch, then obviously it doesn't, but, it is what it is. We've got a Zap Plate Jolteon with just enough special attacks so that we two-shot a Tapu Koko. I think actually that wasn't true. Like, I should two-shot with Thunderbolt, but I ended up dropping Thunderbolt on this set. Because I really wanted Wish. I wanted Wish support for the different Mons on my team. And that's what I was thinking there. But yeah, otherwise, this is the Tapu Koko check. I speed tie with it. And I put max HP into here just in case he's a physical Koko with U-turn and stuff like that. And that's the thinking with Jolteon. And then last but not least, I do have a bulky setup Zygarde with kind of a classic moveset: Dragon Dance, Thousand Arrows, Outrage, Crunch. I almost was Darkium, and I really kind of wish that I had been. Yachi Berry was so that I could potentially set up on more Mons on my opponent's team. Like, with this, I can set up a little bit better on Cresselia, for example, and things like that. But we have enough speed on here for a max speed Diggersby, enough HP in here so that way we live a Dazzling Gleam from Specs Coco, and then the rest into attack with an Adamant Nature. So that's the team, and I'll just cut right to my live battle. Hey, it's your friend Choice CJ here, and here is my Week 2 battle for UBC. We're going up against Hallu and his Hallu G.O.G.O.A.T.S, and as you can see, he's brought Cresselia, Diggersby, Jirachi, Hydreigon, Lopunny, and Tapu Koko. So there's a whole lot of Volt Turn action on this team, which is really bothersome to me. I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to deal with all of it. If I'm being honest, I'm expecting leads from like Diggersby, Jirachi, and Lopunny. Those are all fairly likely. Do I just want to lead with Fortress and try and get up rocks? Well, I guess if the thing is I'm eject button Fortress, so I can't really just set it up, bring that in immediately. I think I'm gonna lead. Jeez, this is really tough. I guess versus like all those things, Slowbro is pretty good. The only thing that Slowbro is bad versus is the Tapu Koko. But I have Jolteon at least to kind of pivot into that. So let's go with Slowbro. He leads with Hydreigon. Not great. Definitely not great. This thing is a problem for my team. This thing is a major problem for my team. I feel like I have to go Bulu. And he's probably just going to U-turn. He goes for Taunt. Okay. So if he's Taunt, that means he's not Scarf, which is good. That means that my Zygarde is going to outspeed at +1. He must be Scarf Jirachi then. I think that's what makes most sense. I do want to quickly scout here for... I mean, if he's got the Fire move, I'm pretty sure that we can live it, because we do have a lot of bulk investment. I'm just hoping that with this thing, I could keep it alive for the Finny. Not the Finny, the Lopunny. He doesn't have a Finny. Let's just do a quick calc. So if I go to Tapu Bulu, and here's my Boomy set, Hydreigon. I don't know what item he is, but let's just say that he's this. So Fire Blast can kill. Hidden Power Poison can kill. Yeah, I'm not ready to make this play. I could go Hydreigon to Zygarde. That would probably be pretty good. I just probably need to switch out again. I need to make a third pivot. Yeah, I'm gonna scout for it. Alright, so he goes into Rachi. Okay, so, and... Did I switch out first? I did switch out first, so he's a very slow Hydreigon. So that's good to know. I'm gonna open up a notepad and make some notes. So Hydreigon is slower than Bulu. But anyway, I think this Rachi is Scarf. I don't want to take the Icy Wind. So I think that Slowbro is my play. If he goes for U-turn, I get some chip. So that's pretty nice. Now I'll expect him to go into Koko. I can go into my Jolteon on the Koko. I don't think there's any other play I really want to make. We do have a fairly bulky Jolteon. He goes for sub. I think that's fine with me. I am faster, and I do break the sub. I'm a little worried about him being like a workup set. I'm going to go into Bulu. And we can change his terrain, which is pretty nice. So, what item is that? That did 35%. Tapu Koko. Let's see. Just seems like it's a max set, the max special attack. If he's got Brave Bird, it's so unlikely that he's got Brave Bird, but it doesn't even kill. If he's got sub, he's probably not Volt Switch. What is he going to pivot into here? It's either Hydreigon or Jirachi. If that is a Scarf Rachi like I think it is, we should do quite a chunk. I'm just going to go for a Horn Leech. because that'll get my HP back up to where I want it to be. I can hit Hydreigon and Jirachi pretty hard. Like, if he's a Scarf Jirachi, well, Horn Leech does that much, which is not bad. Okay, he's Hidden Power Poison, which is not good. So he's got Sub, D-Gleam, Hidden Power, so he must have an electric move in his last slot. Oh, I should have seen that one coming. Well, that's okay. So now it's just really important to preserve my Crawdaunt so that I don't lose to Cress. That's a big bummer. I really wanted that to wall break. We'll just go for a Wish here. As he goes into Diggersby. Do I think that this is Scarf? Probably, for being honest. He should just go for, like, EQ. That's what I would do if I were him. But I think I can go into Slowbro. I could go Zygarde. Zygarde's not bad. I get a decent chunk of health back on my Zygarde. And I'm pretty bulky. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go very well, this whole match. So he goes for U-turn. Yeah, so like this is kind of what I was hoping to prevent. Like with the Slowbro. Like the problem with all of his team is that I switch in Slowbro on so much of his stuff, and then he just pivots into Coco. Yeah, I really wish I had paid attention to that. Hidden Power Poison. That's the problem with using bulky, you know, bulky Booloos, is that it's pretty easily exploited. So he does go into Lop. So he should just go for, like, the Ice Punch here. I guess he could go for a Baton Pass. Like, Baton Pass kind of makes sense. If he goes for Baton Pass, then nice play. There's not a whole lot I can do. He goes for HJK, which I don't really agree with. So what is his play? His play is probably Hydreigon, right? So I think I'm just going to Toxic. As he Toxics me, I'm okay with that. I think I'm just going to Scald. It's bold of him to stay in there. Alright, let's get a burn. Let's get a burn. Let's get a burn. We get the burn. Alright, I can dig it. Alright, so this is kind of what I like here. Let's try this. Let's go into Pete Burns. He goes for rocks. I guess we can get up our own rocks. Maybe he's not. No, he has leftovers. How did I not know that? Well, that's fine. This thing could have Icy Wind or HP Ice for my Zygarde, which would be okay. He goes for U-turn. Alright, now we get our eject button. I think I'm going to try to go into Zygarde. This is kind of like my best chance to potentially set up. So I'm just going to go for it. This game is already looking really bad for us. So we should outspeed this, right? Unless he is... he goes, oh, rip. So his D-Gleam shouldn't kill me. Zygarde. Let's see. Here we go. Versus a Tapu Koko. Dazzling Game only does that much. What is his HP? 88. So if you go to +1, and he's Shook Berry for some reason, then we're not gonna kill. Didn't realize my... yeah, that's why eject button's amazing. I think I'm just gonna go for 1,000 arrows. And he is Shook Berry. Yeah, so this is kind of what I was worried about. But we do take that pretty clean. So now we can go for another 1,000 arrows. So at the very least, we've weakened the Coco and potentially, like, really neutered it. We got a crit on the Cresselia, which is not at all bad for me. Let's do a quick calc. Cresselia. So let's just see. So that 1,000 arrows did crit. It did 43% on the crit. So yeah, it seems about fully fizz def. Let's see Ice Beam. Ice Beam actually doesn't kill. So what if I want to go to +2 here? He looks... So he's not leftovers. It looks like he is Colbur. So I think that the thing to do is to... why does Outrage not do as much? Outrage should do more than 1,000 arrows. That doesn't make any sense. I think I just have to DD again. As he goes for Ice Beam. And we should live. Super. Oh, it's because I set it to crit. Oh, then that was a mistake. I should have attacked twice. Oh, well, what are you gonna do? That was a misplay. That was a misplay. I mean, he is certainly, like I said, he's certainly gonna live this. If this thing... I don't know what my win condition is after this. I should have just attacked it twice, because then I could kill it. Do I want to, like, at least try to burn the Colbur Berry? I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna go for the thing that gives me the best chance to kill, which is that. Alright, now I don't have very much left to do damage. At least nothing really wants to take a knockoff now. And he's got Ice Beam, so I mean, he's not a Calm Mind set, so this isn't a huge deal. If I go to Aqua Jet, that's going to force in his Hydreigon. Did the Hydreigon have U-turn? All that I know is that he's got Taunt. Is this my win condition now? Kind of looks like it. I'm just going to go for the Aqua Jet. As he goes into Hydreigon. Well, that's okay. I should have clicked, like, Superpower or something. Did this thing have leftovers? It is leftovers. Oh, this is such a bad position. I'm gonna go Jolteon. Yeah, I should have just attacked the crest twice, because then at least I would have collected a kill. Now I'm not even gonna collect a kill. It's because I left the crit on the calculator, and I was thinking, okay, well, if I go for a +2 arrows and I crit, then yeah, this has a good chance to kill. Holy crap, that does so much damage. Yeah, how am I supposed to beat anything on his team now? What kind of Hydreigon is that? Hydreigon. It looks like a modest Hydreigon. I thought it was bulky. That was a mistake on my end. In assuming. So how much does Jolteon do? Not very much. This is bad. Let's just Volt Switch. Go into Crawdaunt. And we take a chunk. If he's got Deep Pulse, then this dies too. That was a nice roll. It's always good to just hope that you get the rolls that you want. That's always nice. I guess you got a min-roll on the first one. Or practically a min-roll, so... Shoot! Shoot. I assume he's got Flamethrower. But what else am I supposed to do? He goes for Taunt. That's fine with me. Do a little bit of damage. Maybe he does not have the Flamethrower. Kinda doesn't seem like it. Alright, and do we get the kill on Cress? No, it lives! It lives! I will get at least one kill. I will get at least one kill. He goes into Diggersby. Let's 2-hit KO Diggersby. No, not happening. Oh, that did nothing. I don't know if this is Scarf or not. It did U-turn earlier on a member of my team. It did U-turn on Zygarde. It did kind of a lot of damage, actually. Diggersby. It goes for U-turn. Adamant. So it could have been a max roll from an Adamant Scarf Diggersby. Let's just go into Slowbro. See if he goes for the Earthquake. He goes for U-turn. Yeah, I'm not going to end up collecting any kills in this game. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, I mean, there's really no decision to make here. It's just go into Coco. At least Coco can't sub. He goes Cress. I can Toxic this thing. He is. Why is he? Okay, that doesn't make much sense, but it's alright. I mean, he's got a. It's okay. So I don't know why he's this set. This set doesn't do anything to Crawdon, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna let him do whatever. It doesn't really matter at this point. GG. I guess I'll Earthquake, because who cares? And now we'll go into Jolteon, and we'll Wish or something stupid. Alright, so that's the game. You know, sometimes you just gotta take the 6-0 on the chin. So, GG Hallu. Hope to get you back in the next one. And for now, in the UBC, we are 0-2, minus 10 differential. So probably gonna have to try and change up our strategy a little bit. I think that my team doesn't really suit me, which is like the classic excuse for when you're losing, right? It's always the team that's the problem. It's never the player. So, but you know, it is what it is. I'm having fun. Zygarde almost did something. So that's definitely good. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check back the channel for other gaming and Pokemon content. And until the next time, I'll see you guys later.